Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about one of the most important structures of the cell, that is the cell wall. Well, cells can build living organisms like us or can be the living organisms like bacteria. Now what does it mean? In case of multicellular organisms like us, many plants, you have innumerous numbers of cells. At the same time, you have organisms which are made up of single cells. For example, Chlamydomonas, unicellular algae, or any bacteria. So, you are having unicellular organisms made up of single cell, and you are having multicellular organisms made up of large number of cells. Either way, cells are filled with organelles designed to carry out important cell functions. Now, whether it is in case of unicellular organisms or it is in case of multicellular organisms, both are made up of cells. Each of the cells are made up of large number of subparts which are called as cell organelles, which are made for performing definite tasks. In this session, we are going to talk about one of the most important structures of the cell, that is the cell wall. Now, the first thing that you have to know about is that not all cells have cell wall. We have got large number of organisms. All the organisms are not made up of cell walls. They don't have cell walls. Only plant cells, bacterial cells and fungal cells have got cell walls. You have cell wall in case of a plant cell, you have got cell wall in case of a bacterial cell, and you have got cell wall in case of a fungal cell. Now the question is, why doesn't an animal cell have a cell wall while a plant cell has got a cell wall? There must be a reason. In case of animal cells, they don't have a cell wall, while in case of plant cells, they do have a cell wall. What are the reasons behind? In case of animal cells, they do not have cell walls because they do not need them. Requirement of cell wall is not there in case of animal cells. Animal cells can protect themselves against dangers like harsh climatic conditions or predators or mobilizing to safe regions. So animals during the time of requirement, when they are focused to any enemies or any harsh conditions, they simply move away to a safe place. While in case of plants, at the same time, the cell membrane is good enough in case of animals to protect them from any unforeseen conditions. Whatever cell membrane is there in case of animal cells, with that they are able to manage their show. Plants lack the capability to do so. They cannot move from one place to another. Plants have to stay in one place. A delicate cell membrane won't give plants enough protection. So whatever protection is required, that alone cannot be given by the cell membrane. So a cell wall being stiff and strong provides them the capability to withstand harsh conditions. So that is the reason why the plants have got a cell wall, but in case of animal cells, they don't have a cell wall. Now next thing we have to see, why do fungal and bacterial cells have a cell wall? In case of fungi, as you have already seen in the figure, all fungi are generally stationary. They don't have any structures by means of which they can move from one place to another. They are stationary. So they also require a cell wall. So because they are staying in one place, they do require a cell wall. Coming back to bacteria, in case of bacteria, they can also move. like animals, they can also move. They are capable of moving from one place to another, slowly of course. But unlike higher organisms like us, the environment in which the bacteria is very unfavorable in most of the cases. The environment in which the bacteria is living is very unfavorable in most of the cases. That is why having a cell wall is very necessary for them. So in case of bacteria, though they are able to move from one place to another, but they do need a cell wall because they are focused to very harsh conditions. In order to protect themselves from the harsh conditions, they need a cell wall by means of which they can get the protection. Next, let us talk about the structure and function of the cell wall. First of all, we will talk about the structure. Basically, coming back to the structure, cell wall is rigid, semi-elastic, not completely elastic, permeable and protective covering present outside the cell membrane in plant cells. In case of plant cells, we find this cell wall around the semi-permeable plasma membrane. It is basically rigid, semi-elastic, permeable and protective covering. Now what is it made up of? It is mainly made up of a substance called cellulose. What is this cellulose? Cellulose is a complex carbohydrate. It is a complex carbohydrate, and the complexity of this carbohydrate provides the structural strength to the plants. Apart from this, cell wall also contains two more complex organic compounds. One is hemicellulose, the other one is pectin. So because of this composition, the cell wall is very strong and tough. You are able to see the cellulose here, you are able to see the pectin here, you are able to see the hemicellulose here. So basic main thing is cellulose. Apart from cellulose, pectin is also present and hemicellulose is also present. Now because of this structure, the cell wall is able to give the structural strength to the plants, and accordingly it prevents the plant cells from getting burst. That is why I am saying the cell wall does give structural strength to the plants and prevents them from bursting. So what we have seen, because the cell wall is very strong and tough, it is able to give the structural strength to the plants, and because of that it prevents them from bursting. So that is all about cell wall. Thank you.